these types of calls. Ionic is currently showing a share market graph, which I see often in the market after discovery and value discovery and preparation leading into development and construction. There's always a dip. Look at companies like Pilbara, Syra, some of the big success stories. They've all had quite significant dips. Your cash balance at the moment is pretty healthy. Obviously, there's going to be some financing of this project down the track. What's your time frame on that, and what type of arrangement do you foresee being finalised?
So with regards to the overall financing of Makuutu, as I touched on in the presentation, we've started the debt advisory and engaging with debt advisory and financing opportunities for the project. We've got several discussions underway at the moment with regard to the strategic partnering process and what that may look like with regards to opportunity to participate in the project. So there's several opportunities for the company to explore. Again, it comes back to what do we think represents the best value for Ionic, the best value for our shareholders, with regards to financing the project, and I suppose our current 51%, which is going to move to 60% ownership in Makuutu. We're also in discussions with our partners on the other 40%. So looking at how we can simplify the overall funding process for Makuutu over the course of the next few months. So there's several discussions again that are underway here in how we develop Makuutu. I mean, at the end of the day, we have an extremely strategic project producing the elements, the molecules of both magnet and heavy rare earths that Western governments are crying out for. So I think we've got huge optionality in how we look at funding Makuutu. We're in an environment where we already have both the US government and the EU actively investing money in Uganda to prioritize spending in that jurisdiction. I think we're in a great position to leverage those relationships to be able to develop Makuutu and to get access to those molecules into those Western supply chains that those governments are they've set up the Inflation Reduction Act, they've set up the European Critical Raw Materials Act for getting access to the molecules which this project affords them the opportunity to. So I think we're in a very strong position. There's still a bit of work to be done, but where we benefit is that the fact that we actually have those molecules, which a lot of companies and certainly a lot of countries don't have to begin with.
Certainly, Tim, I think Ionic Rare Earths is well positioned at the start of one of the greatest changes in industry we've seen in 100 years in terms of the energy transmission and EV evolution or revolution that we're seeing. And you're certainly one of the very few projects of scale that's getting set up now to supply that market with a high quality product. So I think shareholders should be comfortable that they've got the right investment here. And if we're patient and go through the development stage into production stage, this company will look very, very different in a couple of years from now. So I've had quite a number of questions. Some are technical around engineering and design. Please send those technical questions through and they'll be forwarded on to Tim. In the meantime, I'd like to wish Tim all the best over there in Belfast and hope your work there is going well. And thank you for presenting here today a good and comprehensive update on where Ionic Rare Earths is sitting.
Thanks, Peter.